Ah, Gretchen, what a different girl were you then. Your innocent steps you came to face the altar here, and from your well-worn little book murmured your prayers, half in a childish pattern and half with a heart for God. Gretchen, how is it with your thoughts, and in your heart with deep transgression? Why pray you? Is it for your mother's soul, sent by your hand asleep in endless pain? Say at your door, whose blood is it? And just below your heart, what is it stirs, already fluttering in boding anguish for itself and you? Dreadful, dreadful! If only I could shake it off, the thought that hovers all the time against my will, accusing me. Dies ira, dies illa, solvet salclum infabila. Wrath, heaven be now. The trumpet sounds, the graves are shaken now, thy soul is shaped anew. From the old coal dust, the pangs of flame, newborn and quivering. Would I were gone from here! The organ overwhelms me, crushes my breath. My heart within me melts, lost in a flood of singing. Iudex ergo cum sedebit, quid lectet, ad parabit nil inutum ramonebit. I feel so faint, the very bill is closed in upon me, the vaulted roof comes crowding down. Pray you, air! Thinkest to hide, nay, sin and shame are never hidden, speakest of light and air, poor wretch. Quid sum miser duc dicturus quem patronum rogaturus, cum vixo justus sit securus. From thee, redeemed one, turn their countenance away, the pure in heart now shudder, to reach a hand to thee, wretch, alas! Quid sum miser dum dicturus, never please your fire. You need a broomstick, sir, to fly to space, or a fierce goat I choose of roughest breed. This road we trod is now where near the place. But I feel fresh, I like this walking pace, and then my blackthorn stick is all I need. What gain have we in shortening our ways? I love to thread the giant valley's maze, then climb the fell from whose majestic height the torrent falls in ceaseless silvery flight. Thus beauty gives the zest to traveling days. Already through the birches steals the spring, and even quivers soft in somber furs. Shall not our limbs then feel the quickening? In me, quite frankly, no trap such marvel stirs. I feel that winter reigns in my inside, expecting here a trail of frost and snow. How sickly does the moon the heavens ride with this half-formed and reddish tardy glow. Our light so feeble that we hardly tread with safety through the dusky rocks and trees. I beg to call a will-o'-the-wisp instead, and there one is, high you, sir, if you please. Your light could be to better purpose shed. We climb the hill, so kindly go ahead. In deep respect I hope I may succumb and tame the natural lightness of your breed, with custom sets zigzag to our course. So, aping human creatures is his game. Keep straight ahead, sir, in the devil's name, or else I'll snuff your candle at its source. The master must be recognized perforce, and willingly I'll do my best to please you. But mine bewitched is now the mountainside, and if your ignis fatuus is your guide, 'tis not perfection that he guarantees you. Now we wend our way, it seems, into witchery and dreams. Prove your worth, good flickering guide, swiftly bring us to glide through the vast and mournful spaces. See the pillared forest races, tree on tree in vision reeling, cliffs that curtsy in their wheeling, snapping rocks and gulches roaring. Hear their snarling and their snoring, through the rocks and meads come pouring. Brooks and rivers downward streaming, songs are these in murmurs dreaming. Airs are these of lovers yearning, voices of the heavenly morning. All we long for, hoping, aching echo comes in power returning. legendary things redeeming. Ooh, shoo-hoo, floating over, come the cries of owl and plover. With the jay they are all waiting. What are those in thickets crawling? Salamanders, belly sprawling on the roots like wondrous snakes, rise from rock and sandy soil, rise to fight us in the breaks, quick to catch us in a coil, not a gnarl to catch at us. Wreathe their strands of polypus, fearful faring in the swarming. Rodents run, their squadrons forming, black and blonde through moss and heather, while the glowworms paint the weather in their crowded ranks, providing crazy escort for our guiding. Nay, but tell me in our traces, are we standing or advancing? All is whirling, swimming, dancing, felon forest full of faces. Mock at us, the wild fires flying, menace in the multiplying. Grip my coat and hold on tight. Here we reach a central height where the mountain brings to view fires of mammon shining through. Now glimmers there, and precipice, in strangest dawn whose baleful glow lies lower in the black abyss, and lights the chasms far below, from pillared cloud or shredded vapors. From veils of haze now comes the gleam, here to a slender scarf that tapers, here gushes forth a vivid stream. Then threads of light and networks surging, their silver veins through a valley's run. That fill gathered are the hills converging, the sundered filaments are one. Now sparks burst blossoming near at hand, like scattered fire of golden sand, and now in looming stature low, the wall of rock is all aglow. Lord Mammon's liberality invests his palace with a wealth of feast delight. Lucky for you that you have seen the sight. And now I scent his wanton hurtling guests. How fierce the storm bride's forces swoop and hiss, and with what buffets beat my neck and shoulders. Clasp then the cliff's old ribs, cling to the boulders, or else she hurls you to the deep abyss. Night now wears a misty hood. Hark to the crashing in the wood. Owls affrighted swerve and shriek. Greenwood takes the tempest's lash. Pillar giants split and crash, where the storms their wreckage wreak. Root and bole are groaning, straining in the forest huge complaining. Riot rends the treetops off, madly mingle cracker fall. Through the havoc-littered gorges, howl the winds on pitying scourges. Voices in the height you hear, distant now or sounding near, screaming through the mountain range, magic chanting, maddening, strange. Now to be broken the witch's ride, the stubble is gold and the corn is green. There's the carnival crew to be seen, and squires your riens will come to preside. So over the valleys our company floats, with witches a farting and stinking old goats. The venerable Babo now comes riding on her furrow sow. Then honor be where honor's due. Dame Babo up, then lead the crew. And the tough old sow, a mother as well. She'd marshal witches or shades of hell. Which way have you come? I Ilson Stone looked in on the owl, where she roosted alone. I tell her eyes were big with surprise. To hell with you, why do you need to ride such a speed? See, her foul riding bored me. Wounds she hath scored me and gored me. The way is long, the way is broad. Whence comes the frantic waltzing horde? Groom can scratch and prong can poke, the wound may burst and the infant choke.